Alrighty, here we go. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Permaglitch Gaming Podcast. We're here, we're live, and everybody sounds great because somebody else got an upgrade, didn't you?
I'm exhausted, but yes, I did get a.
Listen to how good he sounds.
I
golden
have a
sultry
big
tones.
old upgrade. If anybody can't see this, I have a
Blue ball.
Blue snowball that represents my huge balls.
Is one huge ball. I got taken out in a terrible accident.
It's a prosthetic.
You want to do this? You want to do this on YouTube? We can do this.
We could do this anywhere. It doesn't matter.
This is how careers die. You better be sure about this.
Look, I can handle anything, so I'm pretty sure.
I'm ready. Joe, I mean, holding up a snowball microphone and then saying, "This is my blue ball," or "This is representative of my balls," is probably not the worst thing you've ever said on our podcast.
It's not.
Probably not. If we're honest.
But it's interesting. We'll make it a title.
Joe's one ball.
No, Joe's had too many titles. We need to come up with something else.
No, these are money titles.
I mean, they are.
We had a.
These are more interesting than your titles.
I mean, they are.
Stem's hosting us. Like music started playing, I was really confused. Oh, that reminds me, I need to.
That?
What?
No. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Hang on. I forgot about Craig.
Oh my god, you fuck!
Now recording.
Hi, Craig.
Now we need to fucking
now
redo all that.
and now
We have to make that skit. Everybody's gonna just...
This is Craig.
I like how it actually shows Craig.
It shows him as in here, yeah. I wish there was a way to minimize his screen.
There has to be, isn't there?
Focus? There is not. I mean, I can do this thing.
Do we have to redo all that?
No, we don't have to do that.
No.
Well, I'll pull the audio.
It's a live screen. Who cares? Oh my god.
Okay, fuck it. Why not?
So anyway,
It's fine. It's fine seeing Craig. It doesn't matter.
hi, Craig. He's a cute little teddy
It's fine
bear.
for the people to look at.
So yeah, this is the
I
Permaglitch
need
Gaming Podcast, everybody. Welcome. We're glad to have you here. I'm Hurricane Ross. With me, always, is Fallen Jordan. And then
Hi.
Latin Ghost.
Really?
So, how are you guys doing today?
I need more sleep.
Yeah. Played some Fallout 76. See how that's going so far. Yeah, he's turned off the mute
Yeah,
button
sorry.
on
We have
his-
Braxton's kind of grumpy today. He just
I know.
He just got
I
in
know.
trouble.
It's all good.
He's pretty mad, so I didn't want to blow everybody's eardrums out with my screaming 3-year-old.
It's okay.
So yeah, Fallout 76. I forgot about that. That's the Wastelanders update dropped last week. Or was that this week?
I think somewhere around there, yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
check. It dropped recently, anyway.
Yes.
And tell us your experience with that so far, Joe.
I mean, there's NPCs. I'm not far into the game yet to see if there's any more of them at the very beginning. I've only just seen the ones at the very beginning and doing their side quest. I killed the main raider by shooting him in the head twice with a shotgun. That was fun.
You had to shoot him in the head twice?
Yeah, he was still talking mid-sentence thinking that he was going to get his treasure or whatever. But I had other ideas.
I did that one too.
Twice.
He was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah, I did not care.
I'll kill you.
He took it in strides the first shot. Second time, not so much. So I saved the day. I saved Appalachia from the Raiders against the Raiders or whatever. And I haven't seen any other NPCs. I've just seen like other Raiders hardly fighting against them and all
we
that.
played it with Hippie the other night, we ran into a couple.
That's like the very beginning.
Yeah. So basically we went into it as a group with Hippie Gaming, who's a longtime Fallout 76 player. And I rolled a new character. I think Joe, you and Jose both went with your old ones.
I did with your guys.
I went my only one.
My new character that I made up. This is what I was talking about when I was doing the whole shooting the raider and all that sort of thing.
Okay.
The first NPC mission. I made a new character.
Okay, so you did roll a new one.
Eventually.
Yeah, so far, I mean, we've only kind of just like run through it. We haven't really done anything crazy. So, I mean, we've got to play it more to get the idea.
Definitely.
But I would definitely say that in general, I mean, we talked about it last week, I think, in that the Steam reviews on 76 are now mostly positive.
It's mostly
they
positive.
changed to mostly positive following this update, which is everything anybody wanted anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's always good. So I have. What have I been doing?
Oh.
Go ahead. No.
Okay.
No.
We gotta talk with everybody else. We'll go back to 76 in a sec.
Yeah, because we got to talk about that glitch that's going on. Anyway, I have. What have I been doing? Been doing a lot. I got back into WoW. Been playing some more WoW with Jose. I did some Sea of Thieves this week. Dropped in with some randos just as they finished a huge raid on a island. Got a shit ton of loot and treasure and stuff for very little effort. I think literally the most work I did was I manned the harpoon and shot it across the island to get the chests and bring them on the boat. They were bringing the chests to the shore, and I would shoot the chests and bring them on the boat. That was all I did. They did all the hard work.
Smart.
It's a method.
It was like, because we went back after we finished it, we went back and did the battle again. And I died like 4 times. It's ridiculous. It's some real, I don't know if I'd call it end game content because of how Sea of Thieves is. But I would compare it to a raid, I guess, maybe in WoW.
Or a dungeon.
No, I wouldn't say.
You can't go back into a raid once you've done it. Once the raid is complete, that's it. We have to wait till you reset.
Okay, well, I guess I'm talking more like difficulty wise.
Okay.
I mean, because it's so basically, Joe. You remember how when we played it, we could get when we died, you could get a lantern color from
you
can get like
a green
5.
and red.
Yeah, so you can get like 5 different lantern colors, and then take it to this island, and you light the lanterns that these statues are holding, and place down some kind of skull, and it triggers an event. And basically these waves and waves and waves of skeletons come at you. But they're
Are they hard?
Some kind of magic is on them where you have to like hold up the lantern of the color that they are. So if it's a red wave, you have to have the red flame in your lantern and hold it up, and they like react to it, and then you can damage them. Otherwise, they're invulnerable.
Okay.
And
like a debuff.
Yeah. So it starts out easy because it's one color, but then you get into the later waves where it's 2, 3, 4 colors. So
pretty cool.
And then like halfway through that event, some other group rolled up on us and started shooting us. So then we got distracted from the event, and we were all circling each other there was like 3 of us that were in this fight in the middle of the ocean. And it was actually really cool because the new weapons that they have made it a much more engaging fight. I'm actually really excited to get back in there, and like the PvP just felt better. Like there's more strategy to it. It's not who can land more hits with a cannonball in the right place on the deck to make them take on enough water, you know?
Okay.
So, I mean, because there's like the chain ball that takes out their sails. There's, you've got the fire bomb, which burns up the ship. You've got different kind of magic cannonballs that do different shit. So it was fun. I really actually had fun with that PvP encounter. So,
all right.
It was exciting. So, and then Jose, what have you been doing? Just working? Work.
Yeah, pretty much. Work, and then just getting back into playing WoW. And playing my Marvel game on my phone. That's about it.
Right.
Nothing else.
Yeah. All right, so let's go back to Wastelanders and talk about Fallout 76 because Bethesda did a good thing. They dropped this DLC that everybody loves. It did everything they wanted, but in typical Bethesda fashion, it's still bugged, right?
Oh yeah.
You can't have a Bethesda game without bugs.
Nothing is perfect.
Nothing is perfect. I'll admit that.
It's part of the Bethesda tradition.
So that's supposed to happen on purpose. Bugs.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bethesda has the reputation of having the most buggy games, though.
Yeah, but
yeah.
At the beginning, it was just all fun and memes, but now people are just sick and tired of them. Really. Just saying.
Yeah, well.
You were just... Oh, fuck. What's that quote that Obi-Wan says when he's fighting Anakin?
You were the chosen one?
You were supposed
it's over, Anakin!
No. You're supposed to bring...
Oh, I see a couple of those on TikTok.
You're supposed to bring balance to the Force and...
Not join the Sith.
Yeah, you're supposed to defeat the Sith, not join them.
You're supposed to bring balance to the Force. You were the chosen one. You were supposed to bring... you were supposed to...
Yeah. Bethesda was supposed to...
Just yelling out, I hate you!
The sand, it's itchy!
No, I was... TikTok is fun. I'm actually glad it gave me the Star Wars algorithm on TikTok for reason because I think I watched the lightsaber video. And then the one I see where somebody was at the Disneyland, and they were playing Battlefront 2 or whatever, and they were doing the hero versus hero, and they had the one guy was Obi-Wan, and he was on top of a building, and the other guy was Vader walking in. The guy looked up like, "Nope, I'm not doing this again." Just going down. So that's now the running joke of Obi-Wan having the high ground and whatnot.
I love the TikTok algorithm or the Star Wars algorithm on TikTok because you get all of the really good cosplayers, and especially the Stormtrooper ones. And I'm like this close to having my brother just 3D print me a Stormtrooper thing, and I'll just pay him for it.
What, like a helmet?
No, like the full fucking thing, dude. The full Stormtrooper armor.
The full suit.
Yeah, he said it would take... I asked him about it. He said it would probably take a couple of months to do, but that he would probably do it for me.
Whereas you could probably buy one.
Because right now he's just printing out things that look like this. Just these little...
Shout outs to your brother.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure his wife painted it.
That's pretty cool.
Because she's feeling super crafty right now too. But he's just printed out little things like this. Like he showed me his shelf that he has a bunch of these collected on, and he's got like the Black Mage from Final Fantasy IX, which was one of his favorite characters ever.
Nice.
He's got that one printed out. Basically, it's like the Funko models almost of all of these characters. So
Watch out, Funko.
Oh, I have to go. No, nothing's ever going to take.
You got competition now.
yeah. So, but he's just been printing little things like that. But
gotta go
I'm pretty
pick up
sure
one
if I
and do
told
that.
him, hey, I'll pay you to like print these out, because there's a whole bunch of stuff afterwards that has to get done. So like the bottom of it is super rough and you have to sand it down. And then there's where is it? So like right here, there's a little divot in the helmet. And that's like where a support is for the printer, and you have to like break those off and fix them or something. So
Like
but
a
I'm
model.
like, all I want you to do is print them. I'll do all the hard work. I'll paint it and shit. You just print it for me.
Yeah, I reorganized my shelf. That's what I did too.
Oh, there you go. That's good.
So like all the Warcraft stuff, all the pops are in the top, all the Transformer stuff, and I have 2 more Transformer toys somewhere around here. And I got to go pick up another one that just got delivered. So
Yeah. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
so
you mentioned
I'm curious now. So if you guys were to ever do a cosplay, okay, and like you could fucking just nail it, right? What would you want to cosplay as?
That's a good question.
Like I've always wanted to do the Stormtrooper cosplay. That's just been something that I'm like, I think that'd be awesome.
I mean, one time at Comic-Con, I was supposed to try to go as Naruto, but I didn't get the stuff in time. I don't know. I really don't know.
No, think on that. I'd like to know what you guys would want to be. I think
I'll have to, like-
Brittany's first
I guess.
cosplay, she wants to do a gender bender Mario and Luigi.
Okay,
Yeah, she's working on that one.
pretty cool.
Wait, a gender bender Mario Luigi.
Yeah.
Wait, Master Chief.
You would want to. Okay.
I would
See, that's another
cosplay
one that you could
as-
probably 3D print. That's, yeah.
I was
that's,
just like thinking to myself, just dumbfounded. Wait, the Chief,
yeah.
Master
Yeah,
Chief.
you could probably 3D print that too.
Yeah.
I mean,
So.
I guess since I love Warcraft, probably WoW.
Dude, you would make a great green Jesus.
No, you don't talk about it. See, you don't know Green Jesus. You can't be talking about Green Jesus. You need to learn more of the lore. Then you can understand why he's called Green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Braxton decided to join the chat.
Hello, Braxton.
What are you doing, dude?
What is he doing?
He's super confused as to where he is.
Disconnect. He's like, I don't know. I've never been up here.
Oh, you're giving them kisses? Well, he's only kissing Craig.
I mean, it's Craig, so
Don't touch the keyboard, bud. Okay, so yeah.
Do
That's
it.
how he ends the
Execute
chat.
Order 66.
Oh no!
So let's circling back here to Wastelanders. Joe, tell us about the bug that's going on in 76 with the NPCs.
So I don't know all the details, but in some sort of event that players are playing in 76, and they have like NPCs helping them out in like some sort of battle arena,
I want to
Like-
see it happen, though.
facing off against other enemies like freaking Scorch or whatever. One person did like a YouTube video where they were inside the arena, they died, and as they were respawning, they discovered that they didn't have their legendary favorite weapon on them that they were using.
What arena was this? Braxton,
don't know what
Braxton
was-
has now left the chat for anybody who was interested.
Was it that battle arena beta or battle royale beta, whatever they're coming out with?
Oh,
It's not the battle royale. It's definitely not the battle royale. It was something else that was going on in game, and I don't even know what the hell it's called.
Oh, I wonder. Isn't there that radio station that you can listen to that triggers an event called like Hunters and Hunted or something like that?
Maybe that's what
That's
it's
like
called.
an exclusive PvP event.
I think that's what it is.
If that's the case,
like
then
NPC,
they probably got looted by whoever killed them.
I don't think it's PvP though. I think it's like it was PvE.
I
Like
mean,
what the video what I was watching was
do,
showing.
no, I don't want to run a freaking Internet Explorer search. Go back to where you came from, you trash.
Okay, look, the moral of the story is somebody lost their favorite weapon with their ammo against an NPC that grabbed it, that was helping him out and whatever.
Did the NPC use it?
Yes!
Okay, that's great.
The NPC was
Oh,
using
that's great.
the little Gatling gun that the person had.
That's great.
And the person was just standing there, just like, what the hell? Trying to, like,
I mean,
it
it like...
And when the person, NPC died, he tried to grab the weapon back, but he couldn't.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Permanently gone.
In the lore, this totally makes sense. Like, Bethesda could totally pass this off as a feature. Like, duh,
People
of course.
will not like that.
Like, in terms of immersion, though, if you got killed by an NPC if this was IRL, okay, you're a Wastelander, you're out there surviving, and some fucker pops your head. Yeah, he's gonna fucking loot you. He's gonna take your stuff and he's gonna bug off.
Yeah.
That is totally realistic. That's something I would expect.
Well, see, like, the thing of it is, it's like when the NPC died during this arena, it's not like the person could have grabbed his weapon back. There was, like, no drop for that. It was
I would agree.
gone.
That's an issue. That is an issue.
So if that was going to be an issue, if that was going to be canon, it's like, okay, but it's like, at least have the option to try to get your weapon back when they die.
Because, and that's the thing, like, shopkeepers, when you sell stuff to them, you have the option to buy it back. You know?
And there are a lot more caps than what you sold them from. But, that's capitalism.
Or
GameStop.
That's still funny.
Yeah.
So I guess the other issue is, and this is something I didn't even think about. So Joe, you mentioned you can't loot them when they die. You also can't pickpocket.
No, you can't.
I didn't think about that because it's not something I did very often.
I did that.
But
a lot.
yeah, you can't use your sneak ability to go up and pickpocket them to get it back.
No, this ain't Skyrim rules. You just can't put the bucket on the NPCs' heads and just steal all their shit. You just can't do that in that game. In this Fallout 76
It looks
game.
like the community manager for Bethesda has responded and said they're going to investigate this. So they are aware.
Still funny though.
But I mean, in this article from Screen Rant, it says that a lot of people are speculating that this was a feature
that they forgot to mention.
But obviously, we should have as players, we should have the ability to access their inventories.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's weird, but I think I like the idea. If they add a way to get your inventory back, okay, I don't see the issue in this because it's realism. It's realism.
Get your point back, that'll be fine. Because I still want to see it.
Because now you got to hunt that motherfucker down. Because you can't spawn. You can't spawn where you died, right? You've got to spawn at one of your teammates or like at your camp or something, and then you've got to go back to that location and hunt that person down.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, you killed me. Now my boy's gonna whack you, or whatever. That sounds pretty cool to me.
All right, and all Fallout 76 players, I have a movement that we have to do. We need to purge the NPCs from Appalachia. We need to do it right now, so we can save our precious loot.
Why do you sound like Bernie when you're?
We need to do this for our future. You get better health cap.
Streamers, I'm asking you once again.
I
am once again asking you to help me kill all the NPCs.
All the NPCs from
oh my
Appalachia.
god!
We need to go to Appalachia, kill all the NPCs, and then loot
Like
back
your
on-
delivery was just so Bernie, it made me laugh. I'm sorry, I don't know why.
No, I like that.
That was funny. Like it was a very. I mean, for our audio listeners, it was a very visual thing. But
Comrade Sanders.
God damn it!
Fuck, we can't.
You can't get away from it, Joe. Joe, aren't you coming out with a new video soon?
Good evening. I once
Yes.
What's
I'm
in the
making
name
it
of the
as-
motherland to go to Appalachia.
What's the name of that video, Joe? What's the name of the game?
Name of the game, or just like what I just
Russian
said?
sword fighters. I'm just kidding.
I can't believe I have to say this again in another fucking podcast.
Hey,
I'm
you have
working
to
on a
promote
video
yourself.
called "Mother Russia Bleeds," and by God, it makes me bleed.
Ooh, hopefully not from your butt.
What?
Oh, God,
What?
no.
Oh my
No.
god! Why did that even come up?
Oh, it made me clench, but not that bad.
Jesus. It made me clench, she says. God. Wow.
No man should ever say that.
Yikes.
You're welcome. I'm giving you money titles. You're welcome.
Yeah, that's the title. It made me clench.
No, we're not calling it.
No.
We did have it was actually really funny. We named last week's episode Putin is Daddy.
God.
And we are the podcast is actually part of an exclusive, well, not an exclusive, yeah, I guess you could say we're part of a testing group for a new social podcasting platform called Bitcast FM, which allows people to listen to our podcast and make clips of certain sections and share them to the app or on other places and make comments about it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this one guy that's been really engaged on the app with us, and he actually, one of the clips he made was like, oh, so this is why that episode is called Putin is Daddy. I was really confused. But I'm actually really excited about that app for it to launch. So for all of our listeners out there, make sure you keep an eye on it. Oh, it's so funny. I send you guys, like, I send these guys clips because you can share it to like your regular social medias, and these guys can listen to it. Well, anybody can listen to it. So I've shared a couple of the really funny clips, and it's just it's a golden app. Like other places have been like, oh, we're a social podcasting platform, but this is like everything we've ever wanted. Is just for our audience to be able to like say, hey, this section of this episode was really funny. You should check them out. Like that's how you freaking
That's how you
market.
man.
That's how we market our podcast. That's how anyone would do it. So
marketing.
anyway, Bitcast FM. Keep an eye on your app stores for it, or check out their website, which is literally just Bitcast FM. And you can probably, I think he's still sending out invites for people to get in on the testing group. So
Yeah.
I think it's just on iOS right now, though. I'm not sure.
I think it is. I wouldn't know. I don't have like.
It might be on both. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. So, should we talk about WWE and their blunders?
We might as well.
So, Jose, as our WWE fan, why don't you lead us off into this one?
They done fucked up.
We're gonna have a lot of those.
So-
We're gonna have a lot of those segments today, including Joe's favorite GameStop again. So, but let's focus on WWE right now.
Right now, it's official that the 2K21 has been canceled because of the shitty product that they put out with WWE 2K20. Remember that when this came out a few months later, some people on the development team actually left because they were embarrassed of the product that was put out. See, I was always against this, and I'm not the only one. When they left Yuke's Jack Pacific when they split, because Jack Pacific was actually their toy company that they used, but they went with, I believe, Mattel, and thus ending that contract with Jack Pacific. So Yuke's the company was Yuke's Future Media Creations or something, whatever. They put out quality games. So they've been doing the WWE games for after the 64 days, like on the PS2 and 3 and all that.
Yeah, they were the passionate ones. They were the passionate.
Yes, they were honestly good games and stuff. And then all that stuff happened, and then well, they were kind of in limbo. And who came and took over? But 2K. Now 2K is not. Their basketball games, well, not as of late, but for the majority, the basketball games was pretty decent. When they were producing baseball games, the baseball game was good. They had actually every sport, but then that whole stuff with Madden and Sony with the MLB, and they stopped making the hockey game because actually the same reasoning, because EA brought the license out for an NHL. So basically, they were stuck with making basketball. They said, okay, we need to capitalize on something, and everybody liked their basketball game, so they did basketball. So now, fast forward to all these years later, basketball is more of a simulation game. So they figure, oh, let's take that model product and grab this license from WWE and apply it to that. Well, they did, and the first few games were all right. They weren't bad. They were pretty good. And then, like I told these guys earlier, from the 2015 onward, then that's when the decline came. I mean, 2018 was bad. Like the real one I last played really deeply was 2018. It had its hiccups, and especially when it came to online play, God, they're all glitchy as hell.
I heard that it was a really good online play for that one.
It was good, but it was still glitchy. It still had its And then 2K19 came out, and I got it, and it was okay. And then all the stuff with 2K20 happened, because they approach it like their basketball series, where it's just straight up a simulation. And if you look at the past ones, there's so much more in depth with like story mode, and they used to have the GM mode, which was cool. One person would run like SmackDown, one person would run Raw, and things like that. And it was fun. Those games were fun. Even the best one to this day still, which still holds up, is what's it, WWE No Mercy? One of the best wrestling games to this day. And we're talking going back on the Nintendo 64 over 20 years ago. So yeah, now it's just like they unfortunately it's just like they look at it like, oh, here's a new year. Oh, and this year was the straw that broke the camel's back. I don't foresee them making I don't foresee them doing any other games in the future. They might look. They actually had a company that did a good job, that was willing to take over from on the 64, but they didn't want that because it's a whole mess nonsense.
So according to this website, it's called WrestlingInc.com, which is where we got the original article from. Evidently, 2K is still planning to release the 2K22 game in 2021, but they're going to be skipping 2K21 for 2020.
Yeah.
So
I still don't foresee them having the contract.
I don't imagine this is going to come back. So like when this article first broke, we talked a lot about sport simulation games in general, be it NBA, NFL, FIFA, all those games. A lot of the ones that we watch or that are popular are put out by EA. Okay, EA Sports does Madden. EA Sports does FIFA. They do hockey. I don't know who does the NBA one.
NBA is just 2K.
NBA is 2K. Okay, so
they had one, but their games weren't really good, so they actually scrapped the latest one and kind of going back to the drawing board with that.
Mm-hmm. I think EA also does the PGA titles. If they even
Yes.
do they even do those anymore?
The last one they did was Roy McIlroy one. That one was kind of trash because the Tiger Woods series was actually, and now another company does it because I had, what is it?
Yeah,
No, they changed it.
2015, the Roy McIlroy was the last one, PGA Tour. Yeah, that was 2015. But yeah, that was EA
I have one
Sports.
on my Xbox.
So anyway, what I was getting at was EA publishes a lot of these, and EA, everybody already knows our stance on EA. EA's a piece of shit. We don't like how they handle games, and a lot of the controversy recently has been that, especially with like Madden and FIFA, is that they're just kind of reskinning them each year and putting out a new game. I mean, hell, 2K, Madden 20 this year, there was a big old controversy because one of the stadiums had all of the signage still from the previous game. They literally took the same model and put it in Madden 20 without changing any of the other stuff. I don't know if you guys remember us talking about that. That was a while ago.
Yeah, I remember that. And one other thing was in the Switch port for 2K20, there was like this weird, well, not glitch, but you can tell that this was like a reskin of 2K19 when that first came out.
For
They just did pretty much-
WWE?
No. For
NBA?
the basketball game
NBA.
from 2K.
Yeah. Okay.
They pretty much did the same game again. You could see like the logo of 2K19 in that game when it
that's
first
right.
came
I remember
out.
that. So
Yeah.
anyway, so it shouldn't be anything that's surprising as EA does stuff like that. But what we were talking about was with WWE going down, like it being canceled for the first time. Where is the future of sports simulation games going? I mean, I think arguably we can say that the WWE series was probably the least popular, maybe in terms of sales. I mean, I've got the numbers up in front of me. 2K15 sold 577,000 copies. 16 sold 531. 2K17 sold 447, 2K18 396, and 2K19 sold 364, with 2K20 going down to just shy of 250,000. So obviously it's a very obvious downturn of sales for WWE, but how much longer do you think gamers are going to take reskins before they're like, I don't want this anymore? You know, I mean, all of our people in UK and other countries where soccer is very popular love FIFA, but it's basically the same game every time.
And over
You know,
again.
they add a new draft class and that's it.
They added in new freaking monetization ways that
loot boxes got really big with FIFA.
It's really bad in sports games that allow them.
So I don't know. I stopped playing Madden in 2007. I think was the last time I played a sports game. I don't know. I don't see the future of sports simulation games lasting very.
Unfortunately, it's going to last because companies like EA are going to put out products like Madden and stuff, and unfortunately, it's going to be popular. No matter what? I know people who play Madden will say the same thing. This is the same game, blah 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 blah, whatever. But they still brought it because it's Madden. You know,
Yeah.
It's NBA 2K. It's fortunately games like that are still going to, because the fact that in sports players change all the time, and so they do updates if a person gets traded to a team and different that. But they'll tweak something here and there and be like, oh, throwing system, whatever, yada yada yada. And also we added these because it's money. You don't why sell one version of a game and then just update it for free, or even if it's a paid update. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, games have done it, but unfortunately, these companies are like, no, because
We want our $60.
I think this is a very obvious case of gamers voting with their wallet.
Yeah.
They complain, like you said, Jose. They complain because they want something different out of these games, but then they go and they buy them anyway. Which to EA, they don't care what Joe Blow said on Twitter about it, because he went and bought the game anyway. So I don't need to change it, because obviously it doesn't matter that much if he's still going to drop $60 on the game, plus microtransactions.
Lots
if you want to,
and lots
yeah,
of microtransactions.
between modding cars, different things like that, and then they had the competitions and stuff. So here's a funny stat. You was comparing numbers. So I looked at the best selling 64 games, or top selling 45 games on Nintendo 64. WWF No Mercy, like I said, is number 39. Was released in November 2000. It's going to be 20 years old this year. It had just about 1.2 million copies sold.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's
Big
still
numbers.
it's still one of the best games out there. Ironically enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Maybe some other developer will pick up the WWE franchise tag
That actually has passion for the
Yeah.
entertainment of wrestling.
The company that developed this game was called the Akai Corporation. And they put out pretty damn decent game, because 2 games down is WWF Wrestling 2000, which came out a year before. That's doing 1.14 million units sold.
Mm-hmm.
So there wasn't even that. It was almost a year difference. But I know this company actually wanted to make a sequel, and that's when they cut them and went with the other companies. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, unless they need to go in and do. You have some of their athletes who are streamers like Xavier Woods and AJ Styles and stuff, and obviously you're going to tell them promote this game on your channel, and in good faith they're going to have to do it, because obviously they're a company. But if the game sucks, because if they're watching gameplay, live feed streaming gameplay, and viewers can see, oh well, there's this wrong, there's this wrong, there's this wrong, then they're gonna look like idiots. So they're gonna have to do some quality control or something. 2K is slowly creeping up there up to EA status. So
yeah, very.
Or they already are.
Well, I mean,
not
in some areas they are.
Okay.
In some areas they are. I mean, look at the GTA microtransactions. Or the GTA 5 microtransactions. Those are they make a ridiculous amount of money every year just off of people buying money for in-game items.
Yep.
Red Dead, I haven't played enough of the online to know what kind of microtransactions are out there. But
we just mostly dick around in that online.
Red Dead is just cosmetic stuff. There's nothing. I mean, all it is, it's just stuff to buy.
Just cosmetic.
Yeah, nothing too. And it's the parent companies Take-Two Interactive. So.
Yeah. So.
Do they also own 2K?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the parent company.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Alrighty, so let's move over to our next topic. Do you want to cover Call of Duty or you guys want to cover GameStop?
I'll do Call of Duty because that's kind of
Call
cool.
of Duty.
Call of Duty?
We'll trash on GameStop later if we have time.
Okay. So Call of Duty Warzone, as you guys know, is the new popular battle royale. Been hugely successful because it launched free to play, unlike Black Ops, where you got it as part of Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
And now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Warzone is part of the Modern Warfare 2 universe. Is that right?
It's part of Modern Warfare, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Part of the universe.
So it has crossplay and everything enabled, so everybody can play together, which is great because everybody loves playing with everybody. The problem is that Warzone is being exploited by PC gamers hugely, with aimbots and other issues, shooting through walls and such. So there's two topics on this that we're going to talk about. One of them is that, and this is not something that is unheard of, because you hear rumors about it all the time, is that Call of Duty is matching up cheaters against other cheaters in their matches. We've heard about this.
Madden has done that though.
Madden's done that. I think PUBG did that once.
The people who play do not finish. If you keep do not finishing, quitting matches and stuff because you're getting your ass whooped, then it matches you up with other people who do that too. So yeah, it used to. I'm not sure if it's.
Yeah, I've heard of that too, but I don't know if it's still a thing. So anyway, these Warzone players get matched up against other Warzone cheaters as punishment,
which is great.
And honestly, and I don't want this to be misconstrued, but that sounds like fucking content to me.
Yeah.
I would love to be like a third party just watching that match unfold. I think that would be freaking crazy. Just everybody throwing all their hacks.
Broadcast where we just see a bunch of cheaters.
I think that could be some
be
really
hilarious.
funny videos.
Well, because it takes the experience away from people who try.
Yeah, people who take the game
and
seriously, like Patrick.
wanna win
Patrick
and
takes
stuff.
the game very seriously, and he's pretty good at it.
Yeah.
But people like these that are shooting through walls and shit are ruining the experience for him.
I think some of the players were also banned as well, but then again, there's like a loophole of getting the game again and just playing it on a different system or.
I mean, as long as you're
whatever.
not IP banned, there's always a way. It's once you get IP banned, then you're pretty much
you're fucked.
So
Yeah.
they
You can't do
launched
anything
additional measures such as a notification for players when a cheating report results in a successful ban. Excuse me. Infinity Ward has also launched new anti-cheat features, namely a report a player functionality in the kill cam and spectate mode, which is good because you see a lot of those. Like with Fortnite, you saw a lot of videos of Ninja and other popular streamers who would get very obviously aimbotted by stream snipers. And they would just watch the kill cam and be like, yeah, this guy's sniped somebody from across the map because their bot snapped onto their head. It's stuff like that I think is very important.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But all of this came about because console players are just straight up opting out of crossplay. Because they're having such a bad experience. So I don't know. Why can't you just play the game? Why? Like, the YouTube channel Viva La Dirt League actually did a PUBG video on this.
Yeah.
As to like, why do cheaters cheat? What's the reason they do that? And obviously, Viva La Dirt League, they do like Epic NPC Man, Tarkov Logic, and some other series. And they took a comedic approach to it in that, this guy cheats because he doesn't have anyone else to play with and he sucks at the game. So he just installs cheats to play the game because he hates himself, basically. But the question, like, seriously though, why do you think people do that? Specifically,
some people just do it out of pure trolling. To be honest,
they just love shit posting, man. They just love to do the troll life.
Some people do it. I don't know why some people do it. To be honest, like if it's a single player game,
over it.
If it's a single player game, do whatever the fuck you want.
No problem. I've done that.
You can do whatever you want.
I mean, come on. Back in the 2000s, early 2000s, this was pre-2010, probably. A lot of single player games had cheat codes. You had Game Shark. Yeah, well, obviously back farther than that. But I would say 2010 was kind of where it started to die off.
Yeah.
As we launched into more multiplayer games. And the focus on single player started to die. But anyway, like you had like the Game Shark, you had freaking the Scholastic bookstores. Okay, the Scholastic book sales at your school.
God, yeah.
You could buy books of just compiled cheat codes for all these games. Me and my brother had one that we used for years. That book was run ragged. The cover was falling off and everything. I mean, my fondest memories are playing freaking Star Wars Battlefront 2 with him, and we would go up against each other with the invincibility cheat and infinite ammo just to see who could destroy the other person's team faster. And it was just, they were goofy because it wasn't a huge deal. It was single player online. Didn't affect anybody. But then you've got these people that are just, like you said, I guess just out there trolling.
Well, no, you were talking about cheats. Skyrim still had cheats in it. I'd use them all the time.
Well,
like what? So
they have a God mode cheat in there.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I've only fucked around with the mods. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, Bethesda games, I just figured mods were, mods. I didn't know they actually had cheats.
They had cheat codes in there.
Really?
I forget you hit
somewhere and needed to a mod.
You hit the little toggle key and then no, you didn't need a mod for it at all.
That's interesting. I'm gonna have to look into this now.
Yeah, I used them all the time because I would just activate God mode, just go around killing your. I hated being over. So I was like, bloop, and I'm just walking around with like fucking 1,000 shit in my bag, and knowing I should be over encumbered, but but I wasn't just because and I did it. The reason why I did it because that troll that fucks you up, that glitch that became a thing. I wanted to just get revenge. Yeah. So I'm like, God, you can't kill me.
The one that fucking sends you into space.
Yeah, yes. And then I just kind of because I've beaten the game. I've beaten the game normally. I put hours into the game, so like I'm just replaying it just for the hell of it, and just to fuck around and just God mode. Bloop, I would do quests I can never do at level 1. It's like bloop. It's just fucking around.
Okay,
and then they had the mod.
Here's a question for you.
I had a bunch of Xenomorphs running around. I think I replaced. What the hell did I replace? I think I replaced the werewolf as Xenomorphs. So they were just running around everywhere.
Yes.
It was kind of messed up because I was in a cave and one came after me. Like, oh shit.
That would be scary. Okay, so here's a theoretical question for you. Okay, my second one for the night. Skyrim universe. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, let me ask this first. Okay, so there is already the Elder Scrolls Online series, right? That's the MMORPG.
Mm-hmm.
Do you consider that style different than like what Fallout 76 is?
In terms of
Oh, it definitely is a different style.
gameplay?
People
Oh yeah,
love that
definitely.
game.
Okay, so what if you approach Skyrim from a current, okay, not like at launch. What if you approach Skyrim the same way that Fallout 76 is now?
Well, you gotta
Would you
remember,
play that?
Fallout. I mean, Skyrim Online wasn't
Oh,
really well
people would
received
hate
in the
it.
beginning.
Oh my god, people would.
That actually was delayed too. It was delayed by like a year or something.
The Skyrim Online? Is that different from Elder Scrolls?
That's what I meant. Elder Scrolls
Oh,
Online.
okay.
I was thinking
Yeah,
Skyrim because they do have a thing going. But that was delayed.
Well, yeah, Joe and I bought that and we hated it. We're like, it was the
I didn't
worst.
care for
I
it
don't.
either.
I don't remember how much we spent, but it was the worst game.
Unfortunately,
I would consider it worse than the money I spent on 76.
Unfortunately, I have a friend who
Yeah.
every 5 seconds like, oh, let's play this, let's play that, let's play. Brought in a lot of MMOs, which I don't play today. The only one I actually tried to get back into playing was Guild Wars because I actually did like Guild Wars. It was actually free to play. You didn't have to, it wasn't no microtransaction, but I couldn't get I got my account back, but they kept saying they sent the emails because password and all this, and yeah, I never really whatever. So I can't really play it anymore because I'm still trying to figure out what the hell to do to actually get access to this because they keep saying they sent me the email, but it never comes up and it's not even in my spam. So,
Anyway.
but yeah, like all these other ones, it's like honestly, oh, it's the WoW killer. Why do you think Warcraft has been fucking around for 15 years, no matter all the ups and downs it's been through, losing player base and all that, and because it's a good game.
Yeah, you didn't answer my question though.
What's that?
Skyrim approached from a current Fallout 76 method.
I don't know what you mean by that. Like how 76 was launched?
No, not how it's launched, how it is now with the NPCs and everything. Okay, so you literally go into the Skyrim game, okay, and you have your two factions and all your enemies and shit, just like it is now, but there are other players roaming the world.
I think
like
that would
in
be
76.
interesting. I think it would be interesting. I mean, they would probably take the experience from 76 and like, okay, how can we do this but better? Because honestly,
that's what we hope.
Games are pretty, for the most part, other than being the normal buggy, all the Elder Scrolls games are pretty solid. I mean, they keep all Elder Scrolls 5 and stuff on platforms and stuff and different ways and VR and stuff like that because it was a fucking great game.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind seeing another player, but you have to limit it. You can't be like, oh yeah, just go ahead, blah blah blah. Still keep the base game, like Dark Souls, for example. Dark Souls has the base game. People can join you. It's really weird how they do it.
Yeah, it has like a summoning sign source system where if you want to get like
it's
another
weird
player online, you
I
just
try to do it with somebody it's weird. But it wasn't the main focus of their yes, somebody can join you or yes, somebody can attack you, whatever. But it wasn't the main focus of their game, and it was a setting. You had to actually enable that setting. If you didn't enable it, then you're just playing a single player game.
Okay.
So
I like the idea of it from a class perspective. Okay. Fallout 76, Fallout games, you launch your game, you level up and you gain perks and you can kind of focus on different areas. But basically everyone is the same thing. Okay, we just have stronger focus in other areas. But a Skyrim approach to something like this would be really cool because then you've got like your barbarians against your mages, your archers against your rogues and stuff like that. You've got different class specialties that may encourage or discourage different PvP encounters, or you've got to team up with other players, like you go and you're taking on a dungeon or whatever, so to speak, or like some kind of event, and you're like, oh well, I am a archer, but I can't do this alone. I need help from this kind of class. And I know that's basically Elder Scrolls, but I think in a much more focused environment like Fallout 76, a Skyrim game could be a lot more fun. Because I like the Skyrim game, but I always get lost. I lose myself in the game, and then I lose focus and I lose interest. You know, I think my last playthrough was the farthest I ever got in it, and I think that might have been. I think I maybe encountered the freaking assassin group or whatever. I'm not very far into it, and I can't keep focus, and I just end up restarting every time.
Like I said, I've beaten the game, so
yeah,
you know, and I think I've beaten most of the expansions too.
I would like to see a Skyrim themed Fallout-esque game. I think that could be a lot of fun. Just from the different ways you can approach it from the Skyrim world, I guess.
Would be interesting.
Less bugs, please, Bethesda.
Not gonna happen. That's unacceptable.
Damn it!
I don't understand.
Make a new engine.
That's the.
Yeah,
I mean,
Bethesda does need. They need to freaking overhaul their game engine. That's for fucking sure. There's no reason that Fallout 76 is on the same game engine.
Unreal engine. Don't they use Unreal 4?
Yeah, Unreal 3, which is the same one they used for 76 or
Unreal
for Fallout 4.
They have Unreal 4.
Is it?
Yes.
I heard that they did their own version of their engine called the Creation Engine, and that's what they use for their games on for years.
Oh, there you go.
And they only did some modding.
Okay, so you're right. The Creation Engine is a Bethesda one that was used for 76. Fallout 4 was also the Creation Engine. As well as for Elder Scrolls 5 and Skyrim. So that engine is pretty outdated. Especially with RTX launching and becoming more mainstream. And ray tracing and all that, I guess. So.
Oh, we'll see what Elder Scrolls 6 says. Man.
Elder Scrolls 6 and what was the StarCraft? They teased StarCraft for like the 5 millionth time.
Starfield.
Yeah,
it's actually called.
Whatever.
Not StarCraft.
That's a different.
What is StarCraft?
Yeah.
StarCraft is a Blizzard game.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, I knew that. Okay. No, I remember StarCraft now.
You didn't know. No. Watch out, Joe. He might fact check it.
I'm not gonna fact check.
Let him fact check me. I know I'm right.
I know I'm right too. He just doesn't believe.
I just like our listeners to have all of the right information the first time.
But we did.
We just provided
That's fine.
That.
That's fine. I just like to make sure.
And I know more stuff, and he still has to fact check me. And then when he fact checked me, he's like, "Oh, you were right."
And when I said the Creation Engine, he had to do the fact checking as well.
We saw it in your eyes. Joe, virtual high five.
Oh. Okay, but what if it wasn't? How dumb would you have felt when everybody's calling us out?
I wouldn't have felt dumb.
I'm always right. I'm a god.
All right.
Don't go that far.
Jesus.
We're not going that far. Yeah, you're a god, but
yeah.
Then what's your mom? Because she must be overpowering you.
She's over 9,000.
You're more like Jesus, and your mom's. So let's just put it that way.
There are people out there that argue that God is a woman.
What?
That God is a woman. Anyway, we're straying into some weird topics here.
Whatever you believe.
So how about that Travis Scott concert?
Who cares? Next thing.
I did not even listen to that.
Nobody cares. It's Fortnite.
Okay, so it is Fortnite, yes. And Fortnite did break their concurrent player record.
I
during
only
this.
think the reason why Travis Scott is known, other than kids who actually listen to his music, is because wasn't he one of the ones who fucked the Kardashian? I'm pretty sure he was.
I'm sure that he did.
What the fuck is the one? Kylie, Kendall, whatever.
Yeah,
the fuck
the
their
younger
name
one.
is. They're yeah, whatever the name.
He fucked a Kardashian.
Yep. Or
Yeah, Kylie.
either way, yeah, he one of the Kardashians. I don't know. I lost track. Kim and her.
Yeah, it's
Kim
Kylie is
video.
the one he's dating.
It is Kylie. Okay.
Yeah. Did you guys actually see any of the clips
No.
from the concert?
I saw a picture and I'm like, this just looks stupid.
So
bad enough they're already the whole teaming up with Marvel thing and you know
having Deadpool.
Put
okay,
whole
the
they put the whole
Thanos
Deadpool
event was
thing.
cool.
No, the Thanos thing was cool. I did play online just to see what Thanos would look like, just to see how it was pretty neat. You had to go find the Infinity Gauntlet, but I mean with the whole thing with the X Force and stuff, I'm like,
Yeah, they started getting a little weird.
They're
I
just
saw
trying
some
bring
video
more attention
clips.
to the.
I saw some video clips of the concert, which wraps up tomorrow night. They have a couple different times that you can watch it.
Yeah.
And it's the event itself. Like that's one thing that people have always praised about Fortnite is their cinematic events, right? The things that change the maps and what have you. This kind of story, so to speak, that they're telling through the game. And I have to give it to them, guys. The video of this concert is pretty cool. Like, say what you will about Travis Scott and his music. Okay, I personally don't listen to the guy, but just the effects and the things that Fortnite did during the event were pretty cool.
Well, you have billions of little kids, mommy's money.
I need to get my V-Bucks.
Yeah, and that's fine. Whatever. I'm just saying that artistically, okay, the way what the Fortnite developers did for this event was very cool. That's all.
Big deal.
That's all.
Spread me.
What did you guys think about the Star Wars one? I thought the Star Wars event was kind of cool.
I thought that was a travesty to Star Wars, but then again, so was episode 7, 8, and 9. But
Very true. Very true. Oh, goodness. Yes,
damn.
Fortnite still sucks.
they should've
Fortnite's
just
still a
did
dumb game, but
1, 2, 3,
People
4,
still
5,
play
6. I was fine with that. Everybody was fine. The Return of the Jedi should just end. You gotta remember, even I actually watched a video. Somebody had posted on TikTok, and it was a video of how disgusted George Lucas was with Star Wars. It was George Lucas watching this, and he was just trashing. What was the first one? The Last Jedi? Not the Last Jedi.
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. Yes, he was trashing it, and I was dying laughing because he did have an episode 7, 8, and 9 planned, and it was totally different from what. Because they actually had his script, and even the original the one that got posted a few months ago on Twitter, the guy who put concept art is like, yeah, this is not how we these movies. This would have been, and looking at the concept art is like, this would have been so much better.
Okay.
Like honestly, I don't care. Like it's Disney. It's Disney Star Wars, not George Lucas Star Wars.
Okay, so let me ask you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Let me ask you this: the rumors of the Obi-Wan movie.
I
Thoughts?
think it's actually a show. It's gonna be on Disney
Is it a new
Plus.
story? I'm looking.
Well, so here's the thing.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. It's an untitled series.
If they give it to Jon Favreau, who's an amazing everything,
yep,
it will be fine
To direct
look what
it.
he's done with. Yeah, Just look what he did with the Mandalorian. Nobody knew what the Mandalorian was going into, and
They had like 3 different directors for Mandalorian too, though.
no, the overall director who created the show was Jon Favreau, the same guy who directed Iron Man. He actually writes the episode.
Okay, but
Even
they
if he
had
doesn't
3
direct it.
different people working
But
on
even
different
if he doesn't
episodes.
direct it, it's still he created the show. He still wrote the show. So
He still has much
Yeah,
say.
no, and that's fine.
Yes.
I'm just saying
and look
you
how
could
amazing
tell
that actually turned out
you
to
could
be.
tell episode to episode
Oh yeah,
that there was some artistic difference.
maybe I didn't mean director, but
Yeah, definitely.
creator of the show. But that show was amazing. I can't wait for season 2. They already starting to green a 3rd season. So if it's done that way, or even if somebody else brings a different flair and it's good, then I'm fine with it.
That 420
Because
trailer though.
that shit was fucking hilarious. Though
That was hilarious.
fucking Yoda as a teenager and shit. They took the whole the Guardians of the Galaxy with Groot being the teenager. In the
Oh
second
yeah.
movie.
Okay.
They made the
I'm really excited that they got McGregor to come back for it.
Well, he said he wanted to.
Oh yeah.
He wanted
Play
to for
Obi-Wan.
like a long time.
It's like I was reading an interview the
His
other day.
likeness is Obi-Wan, for God's sake.
This is true.
Oh yeah, you can't like and I think Brittany, I think you can even agree with us on this that Ian McGregor is the only one who can do Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And she's not even a lifelong Star Wars fan, guys. I had to buy. Let me put this in perspective for our listener group. My wife and I got married. I found out she'd never watched any of the Star Wars. I think that same weekend, I went on eBay and bought the entire series.
Okay. Correction. I had seen Star Wars. I just hadn't seen them since I was like 10. I'm
Which was
not
like-
God, you have so many
illiterate
corrections that you
and
need
stupid.
to fix on yourself,
You're
Rob.
It's okay,
me
Joe.
out
It was
to
like
be
it was
way
like
less
3 it was
dorky
like
than
3
I
years
am.
ago, anyways.
Not
5.
that world.
Oh yeah, my bad. 5 years ago.
5?
She was like 5 years ago.
It was 5?
No, when we watched the Star Wars movies, it was like almost 5 years ago.
So she was 10.
Well, when
5
I
years
bought, when I bought
Gotcha.
the series, I think we did like a marathon the weekend they came in too. It was awesome.
I think I seen. When did I see? Here we go, dating myself because I know Return of the Jedi 3. That was the same year I was born, so I didn't watch the first one until I would say 89, 88, 89. I didn't watch Star Wars: A New Hope till then, and I fell in love with it. Obviously, if anybody who knows me knows Empire is my favorite movie of the whole Star Wars.
But nobody knows you.
Exactly. Well, people who know me. I say people.
Yeah.
But yeah, Star
got
Wars, Empire Strikes Back was all-time absolute favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
They were, like Randall said, there's only one return of it ain't of the king, is of the Jedi.
Yeah, people in our chat singing the Carol Baskin song right now.
Singing what?
The Carol Baskin song.
Oh God. That song had did you see somebody TikTok's a dangerous thing watching it at night.
Yeah,
Shit
it is.
hilarious.
We joined it as more of a, and this is actually a meme on the platform too, is that we joined it as a joke and to make sure that we reserved our IP, and then we just got sucked into the world.
It was the one I watched was the guy was somewhere. He's like, I need to talk to the man whoever did this and give him a congratulations. Because he was looking, it was something a restaurant. And then it was something about ribs or something. And then it faded to Tony the Tiger. It's like Carol's husband tasted great.
Oh no!
Yes.
It was so great. And the
God.
I was like, I need to find the person who did this and congratulate them.
That's terrible.
But it was hilarious.
I've not actually watched the show. Brittany has.
I'm almost on the verge of starting to watch it because you the other day when I was at work, you told me, "Oh, listen to podcasts and stuff." So I'm like, "Okay, fine." So I actually there's a podcast I listen to because I listen and I watch wrestling, and I listened to Chris Jericho's podcast. So he did an interview with the guy who was supposedly the whistleblower, who actually used to work for them, and he was kind of breaking stuff down. And like the second episode, Tiger, so I'm like, okay, I need to go watch this because he's like, it's really crazy, like all the stuff. He's like, all the stuff they show in the series. He's like, that's just like he was like, that's just like a fraction of the stuff that actually went on there. He's like, it was actually more worse than it seemed. So I was like, huh.
Yeah, I saw a couple articles going out about some clarification on stuff as well as more details.
And obviously, they do stuff up to do stuff up. That's because like any show that would do that. But he's like, yeah, it was crazy. But I'm almost on the verge of watching. Not quite yet, but I'm getting there.
I can't bring myself to do it.
I do because
mostly because I just know it's just going to be more
And also
reality
I'm a
TV
documentaries,
trash.
so I like documentaries, so
Yeah, I just can't do
Yeah.
it. Can't do it.
I
But
can't do it.
actually, there's been a really good documentary I've been watching,
Oh,
and
God. Are you talking about Tiger King?
That's what we've been talking about for the last 5 minutes, Joe.
Wow, you didn't even say Tiger King.
Carol Baskins is in Tiger King.
To be honest with you.
so for any of our listeners who like wrestling as much as I do, definitely check out the series. And I didn't know this was the second season. I actually going back and watching the first season. It's called Dark Side of the Ring. Just stuff that happened in wrestling throughout the years and stuff. And it's pretty good. I definitely recommend it. It was on Vice, but I know people putting it on their YouTube channels and stuff. I think Vice has some episodes on their YouTube. It's kind of got to do a little digging, but it's like really good though. If you're into like the whole lore and mystique of the stuff that went on, and like a lot of it, I was alive for. Like, some of it predates like before I was born, but I knew of it being a wrestling fan and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah. I think the last like actual documentary that I watched, we watched that, what was that killer, like Behind the Killer or something on Netflix? No, not Making a Killer. Yeah, it's the I Am a Killer one where they just sit down and they interview people who are in prison for killing, and they get their side of the story.
I think we should have Joe's second cosplay as Joe Exotic.
No.
Yes.
No.
He might be able to pull it off.
Master Chief. Underneath it, he's like, I'm Joe Exotic.
Oh my god, that would be the fucking greatest.
Fucking Christ.
Master Chief takes off his helmet. It's Joe Exotic. God damn it.
I'm Joe Exotic.
Oh my god. I need that turned into a meme now. Oh, jeez.
We're making money moves right now, boys.
Oh, that's gold. That's gold. All right,
Seriously,
well,
we were talking
are...
about Tiger King the entire time. I thought we were talking about wrestling.
What?
What?
I don't know anymore. I'm so
You don't know.
Joe's
Period.
tired.
He said
Poor Joe.
He said tiger. He said tiger time. No, I think.
It's tiger time.
And if I did hear that, fine. But still, he said tiger time in my head.
Sounds like a
Tiger
Vegas show.
It does.
All right, well, we're quickly approaching longest episode. Well, probably not, but close. So I think we're going to wrap it up here, guys. Unless you got something else you want to talk about. I mean, I'm not in any rush.
Nintendo got hacked. And if you guys saw that.
Oh, Nintendo got hacked? No, I didn't see that. We were too busy with the Valve.
I just seen it just earlier today. Bring up the article.
Hackers are rising now. They took down. There was like
So
the same for like Valve, where CS:GO and what's the other game?
Was it Valorant?
Team Fortress.
Oh yeah, no, Team Fortress 2.
No, Team Fortress 2.
So basically, what they did was a wipe of everybody's password. So most likely, I probably have to reset my Nintendo account password, which is fine. Which is actually, at least they didn't do like the whole PlayStation back in the day when they were like, well, we're not sure, or when they got DDoS, no, still not sure. Oh yeah, we got DDoS. Look at that. Oh, people's credit card information.
I remember that. God, that was a nightmare.
What was like 6 months or a year after the fact or something? It was long enough.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and then they were like, they apologized, and then they gave everybody free games and stuff, and blah blah blah. Okay, it says
because free games are going to make up for a year to 6 months of credit card fraud.
Credit card. It says after widespread report about unauthorized access to Nintendo's accounts last week, the company said that it was investigating the issue and asked two-factor authentications for their accounts. It says the company now says users who had the same password for their NID and Nintendo account could have unseen authorized payments on their accounts, which I haven't seen yet. I don't think I have my card on there. Yeah, no, I have PayPal on.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah. But I'll still look into it. It says Nintendo explains that credit card. It says that Nintendo explains that credit card information will not have been viewable for hackers, but warns they could have had access to usernames, nicknames, date of birth, country, region, gender. It says that they remain unclear exactly where it obtained from. Nintendo statement mentions only that it was obtained by some other means other than our service at the beginning of April. And it says UK Nintendo statement explains that there is currently no evidence pointing to database server. So getting quickly understanding from that is they got hacked, but they don't see right now of evidence of people's stuff, major stuff like credit cards and things like that have been taken. Emails, stuff. That's kind of almost whatever, like, but they're still telling people enable two-factor authentication and stuff like that, which is good. Yep. They're on it. They're not like,
Yeah, they're not dicking off about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Somebody's gonna hack my stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, that's not. Somebody's like, oh yeah, you ever had your IDs on? I'm like, they can. Oh my shit! And it was like, no, they'll fix your credit, and then they'll put it in front of. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah. All right. Well, it is 9:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Mountain. So I think we're gonna wrap up and get ready to start Jackbox Community Night, boys. Ready for that?
I need food.
All right, we'll go get food and grab your beers and bring it back.
I can't drink tonight. I have to work again tomorrow morning.
You can drink tonight. You just don't need to be a bitch about it.
Well, Joe's limit is like 1.
I can't wait for him to try that 10.5 stuff, dude. It's like 2 times what he's doing right now. The fuck was that?
My Megatron.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what is that? Anyway,
ironically enough, it looks like the Imperial Star Destroyer.
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
But it's a sword.
Goofy.
Opens up. I haven't tried one with it.
So yeah, we'll be starting Jackbox Community Night in about an hour, like we do every Friday night. So yeah, come hang out with us on all of our live channels, and we'll see you guys there. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Night.
Bye.